Welcome back to Redline Garage. I'm Don, and we're going to continue today with the Fanhome Knight Rider K.I.T.T build of the 1/8 scale KITT car based on Season 1, I believe, just because of the 3 lights that it has on each side down below, and also something that's going to come up that I found out recently from watching the Knight Rider Historians video on this portion of the build. So in this one, we're going to go through and we're going to do part 3, part 4, part 5, and part 6. So part 3 is actually putting together one of the tires. It's one of the front tires. I'm not sure which one it is. The fantastic car. The legendary series from the 80s survives to this day in the memory of all who saw it 3 decades ago, and also for those who have discovered it later. Although the premise was known to be a good one, nobody could have imagined when the pilot episode was released back in September 1982 that the series would achieve almost immediate success and international recognition. Starring Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff, and his inseparable companion, KITT. The series was born out of the mind of Glenn A. Larson, one of the most popular producers of the time, and responsible, among others, for such popular series as Battlestar Galactica and Magnum P.I. To begin with, the heads of NBC and Universal had their work cut out for them with a talking car, a lead actor who was an unknown, and a severely limited budget for a series that needed a lot of special effects. It was a time when action reigned in cinemas and on TV. Alright, I'm not going to go through all this right now, but let's get to the build portion of this. Check out these awesome pictures, the ramp. You got to rebuild that for the trailer. Knight Rider Historians actually own the original screen-used trailer and are in the process of restoring it. If you haven't seen that, go over there and check that out. Alright, so here we go, parts list. The front left tire, outside of front left rim, inner part of the front left rim, front left brake caliper bracket, front hubcap, brake disc, front left 1, brake disc, front left 2, front left front knuckle, brake caliper, front left washer, and screws. Okay, so step 1, and I may have to heat this rubber up, this tire, but check these out. They actually have the Goodyear Eagle GT on them in the tire size P215 65 R15 and TPC spec 1042. What I don't see on these is any type of date code, and I think they're the same on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. So for the first part, and this is actual metal going in here, and that slid just right in there perfectly. Now on this one, we have to get it lined up, and this might be the difficult part. I'm not sure. Alright, so what I ended up doing is putting it in the microwave for like 15 seconds, pulled it out for 7 seconds. It was starting to warm just a tad bit, put it in for the rest of the 15 seconds. Still didn't feel quite pliable enough, so I ran it for 15 seconds more. I probably could have done a total of 45 seconds and it would have been okay. I did have to still push it together to get the screws to go in, but I got it. So let's go on to step 2. Alright, so we have the brake caliper with the bracket. Alright, and on to step 3, which is putting the 2 halves of the rotor together. So it looks like this goes this way. Now this is keyed on the back, so we have to make sure that we're lining this up correctly. Step 4 is what I just did. Step 5, well, if that's all locked together, I don't think it's supposed to roll. I think it's supposed to stay still. Yeah, because that's keyed to this, and the hub's keyed too. The spindle's keyed, so that this tire actually doesn't roll. So okay, no problem. The hubcap, and let's see. This is. I don't know which way this is going to go when it actually attaches. So it might go this way. In which case, that right there. Okay, so there we have it. The front left tire is fully assembled with the spindle and everything right there. Alright, let's set that aside. Alright, step 4. The seasons. The resounding success of Knight Rider from its debut broadcast saw the series remain on air for 4 seasons in a row from 1982 to 1986 and going on to occupy a privileged place in television history. In total, there were 90 episodes of Knight Rider that brought global fame to David Hasselhoff and, of course, to KITT, which became an icon of fictional vehicles. Shot almost exclusively in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas, the series featured a small cast of main characters, but with guest artists in each episode. With episodes that, with commercial breaks, were almost an hour long, they kept viewers glued to the small screen in their millions, first in the US and then with reruns all over the world. The first episode, for the first part of the feature-length pilot Night of the Phoenix, aired on Sunday, September 26, 1982 in a primetime slot. In that debut, it achieved an outstanding 30.2% share, meaning that 1 in 3 viewers of that hour saw it, with an average of 25,240,000 viewers. That guaranteed the survival of the first season of 22 episodes. Alright, let's get into this a little bit more. Got some awesome pictures in here. Some more stuff showing the Super Pursuit Mode car, and some other things. And let me just show you what we're going to get into in part 4 is the dashboard. I'm going to get all this stuff out, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so one of the things that I found out watching Knight Rider Historian's video is this is a Season 1 dash because it was overlaid over the stock dash. So you can see where the separation line is, where the speaker plates would be in the vent in the original dashboard in the car. In later seasons, I guess, it went all the way forward with the Knight Rider dash. So that's how another way that we can tell that this is based on a Season 1 car. Okay, I called an audible, and we're actually going to skip ahead to step 6 because I want to finish out this video with step number 5 because it's going to be the super awesome thing. And once you finish step 5, step 6 is kind of not so good. it is good. It is good. But step 5 is going to be super awesome. All right, Glenn A. Larson, considered the king of Midas of TV, many of the series of the 80s that came from the hands of this versatile producer became hits, including Knight Rider. Larson began his long career in the world of television as a screenwriter, scripting the April 1966 episode in a plain paper wrapper for the hit series The Fugitive. Immediately afterwards, he signed with Universal Studios and embarked on a brilliant career. He wrote for the series 12 O'Clock High, 1966, then from 1968 to 70, It Takes the Thief. After writing an episode for the Western series The Virginian in 1970, Larson found success with the creation of a Western series of his own called Alias Smith and Jones, inspired by the adventures of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Alias Smith and Jones ran for 3 seasons from 1971 to 1973. So then we have more things and pictures. So besides Knight Rider, 1982 to 1986, Glenn A. Larson created many other very popular series. These are just a few of them, not including the TV movies or his other roles on the small screen, such as a scriptwriter, producer, or composer. So, Battlestar Galactica, 1978 to 1979, Magnum P.I., 1980 to 1988, Switch, 1975 to 1978, Quincy M.E., 1976 to 1983, B.J. and the Bear, 1979 to 1981, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, 1979 to 1981, Automan, 1983 to 1984, and The Fall Guy, 1981 to 1986. All right. So let's get into it. We're going to have this piece here. Looks like it's going to sit this way. Step 5. Startup. When Universal's Television contacted Glenn A. Larson to come up with a new series, the versatile master of the small screen already had a pilot episode in mind, and its success led to the first season of Knight Rider. First proposed as a 2-hour television movie, so much so that it was originally titled Knight Rider the Movie. The pilot episode showed the public and those in charge at Universal the key elements that later became so successful in the series. Action, a charismatic cast that combined dramatic situations with humor, the novelty of a car with artificial intelligence, and an appealing plot that saw a unique duo of vigilantes face some treacherous villains. That must have been a promotional shot from before the series started. One man can make a difference, Michael. Wilton Knight. Alright. So this one, guys, the convertible car. Believe it or not, the convertible car was full-time convertible. The top did not go up and down. The one that was had the top go up and down was actually just a trailer. The whole front of the car was gone. They just always shot it from the front. Okay, so we see electronics. So we already saw that rail that we used. And, alright, so let's just pull this stuff up so you can see it. So we got some BP screws, some AP screws. We have an LED thing. We have this. And we have some batteries. And we'll get to those here in a minute. But first, we're going to go back to the steering wheel. Alright, now let's get into the exciting part of this. Okay, so we're going to take this LED board and the nose cone, and this is going to go in there and pull these wires out this way, out of the way. And oh, we're skipping a step. Let's go back. Oh, here it is. So we gotta take 2 AP screws and these have to go in the 2 holes in the center. And they want me to bend this circuit board. I don't like doing that, but it must be done. Oh, there's another YouTuber I like always says, if it works, is it really a dumb idea? So there you go. I also don't want to over tighten these. Just checking the alignment of the LEDs, and they look good. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece on the next page. With 2 BP screws. Why don't they want to come out of here? Alright. I don't want all 3 of them out. Okay, there we go. Get back in there. Okay. So this is going to go on just like this. And like this. Come on. What are you doing? Something doesn't feel right. It's all lined up the way it's supposed to be. There it goes. Now, place 4 batteries in the compartment. 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, so we connect this. Not sure which way it goes. Might go the other way. No, that's wrong. Okay. You guys ready for this? It's hard to do this with one hand. There it goes. Look at that. And the guy at Knight Rider Historians commented that they really took the time to make sure this looked right, because LED lights are usually on and off, and they actually had them dim so it mimics the halogen lights that they used on the cars. So that's it, guys. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think of this build. If you want to take it on, take it on. It's up to you. I wouldn't push anybody to do it. I mean, it is a major, a big project to take on with a large cost in the long run. But I think it's worth it for me. But hey, I'll see you in the next one. I already have the box sitting here, but I think I'm going to continue with what I'm doing in waiting for the Knight Rider Historians to do their video of the stuff first, and then I'll do mine. Just so I can throw a little bit of information in there. I don't know everything about these cars like they do, but, you know, I like to throw a little bit in there. But, yeah. Until next time, this is Don. See you later.